I'm Shane Jumper. I will be your instructor today. What we'll be going over is the American Revolution, and I will be going over the major events happening in this time period and how it affected the colonials at the time and British Parliament. To start off today's lesson, we're going to begin with the end of the French and Indian War in 1763. This war was fought between the French and the British over determining control of land in North America. The French had control over the Ohio River Valley, and the British wanted it to expand the United States and into the West. Following the rage of the colonialists after the Stamp Act and Townshend Acts of 1767, came about the Boston Massacre on March 5th, 1770. What happened on this day was the British Army ended up murdering 5 colonialists. And a couple years after, another major event took place called the Boston Tea Party. This took place on December 16th, 1773. So what they did was they gathered a whole bunch of people dressed as Mohawk people from the East India Company, boarded their ships and dumped over 100,000 English currency and worth into the harbor. A short couple months after the First Continental Congress meets in 1774, the first battle of the American Revolution takes place on April 18th and 19th, 1775. It is named the Shot Heard Around the World, or also as the Battle of Lexington and Concord. Short months after the Shot Around the World takes place, the Battle of Bunker Hill happens on June 17, 1775. This was actually located on Breed's Hill in the Charlestown Peninsula of Massachusetts. The British actually won this battle. After 1775 came the year 1776, which was a big year in the American Revolution. Starting off, what happened was in January of 1776 was Thomas Paine's Common Sense. This was a 50-page pamphlet openly asked for independence from Britain. It basically challenged Britain's government authority and spoke to the common people of America, hence the common sense. This influenced Americans to want independence over British rule, which directly led into Declaration of Independence, which came into effect on July 4th, 1776, or Independence Day as we like to call it. Perhaps the biggest event that led colonials to win the American Revolution was the formation of the France and U.S. alliance on February 6, 1778. This alliance was formalized under the Treaty of Amity and Commerce and Treaty of Alliance between America and France. Shortly after, in the fall of the same year, 1781, came the last land battle between America and Britain. It was the Siege of Yorktown. George Washington took over Yorktown from the British control in fall 1781, and after that, all battles that took place were either by sea or by river. Short years after the last land battle of the American Revolution came the Treaty of Paris on September 3rd, 1783. This concluded the end of the American Revolutionary War. It was a peace treaty with Great Britain. It recognized the American independence, and it actually doubles the size of the United States. All in all, colonials had their independence. After the Treaty of Paris in 1783, America was on its way to be fully independent, fully commerce within itself, and led to what America is today. We are one of the biggest superpowers in the world. Coming from a list of these major events that happened during the American Revolution, while not maybe all of them, I believe they'd be the most important. So thank you. My name is Shane Jumper, and that is the American Revolution.